Welcome to World Knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. In today's world, where external image and strength are often praised, men face an invisible pressure. They not only need to appear strong and confident, but also have to hide their inner fears, worries and insecurities that few people know about. Underneath that facade, hidden are deep emotions, from fear of failure, loneliness to loss. These are not just signs of weakness, but also manifestations of great desires and aspirations in their hearts. Men, with the social expectations placed on them, often do not easily reveal their fears. They fear being judged, fear of not being capable, and fear that their failures will destroy their self-worth. While people often see them as tough and steadfast, few know that inside, they have worries and insecurities like everyone else. Let's explore more deeply the common fears that men often avoid mentioning and why they keep it secret. 1. Men fear of not having power, not having money. As we have heard the saying, a great man cannot live without power for a day. A small man cannot live without money for a day. The saying fully demonstrates the importance of power and money to men. And men are born with a strong desire to control, ambition to be a leader, a proud spirit, high aspirations, great desire to conquer, to be admired, to be feared, to be obeyed. A man's courage and intelligence are largely built on his own power and money. Of course, having power does not mean having charisma and education. However, instead of saying that men are afraid of not having money, not having power, it can be understood that they are afraid of not being able to shoulder the responsibility of providing for their family. Men are often the pillars of the family, taking on many roles, as fathers, sons, husbands. No matter how difficult or tiring, they must ensure that their wives, children, and parents do not have to worry about food and clothing. But having no money and no power is clearly a big obstacle. 2. That is men fear of baldness. Birth, aging, illness, and death are natural laws. Although men are not as sensitive to age and physical changes as women, they have some very prominent fears in some aspects, such as the fear of baldness. This condition is not unfamiliar to men. Medical data shows that men are more prone to hair loss than women. And a thick, healthy, black hair means a strong body and a good mental state. On the contrary, a bald head will make people feel depressed and weak. There are many causes of hair loss, of which mental burden and thinking too much are important causes. And Western medicine believes that, except for hair loss related to seborrheic dermatitis that needs treatment, hair loss due to other causes generally does not need special treatment. Maintaining a happy mood and a healthy diet can help improve this hair loss condition. However, it is worth reminding them of the aging process and physical decline. Although hair loss does not always require medical treatment, a healthy lifestyle, a happy mood, and stress management can help prevent and improve the condition. Understanding and accepting the natural aging process will help men maintain confidence and be more comfortable with their self-image, despite changes in appearance. 3. Men fear of arguing with their wives. It is often said that women are emotional people, considering love and marriage as everything. In fact, marriage is just as important to men as women. In physiognomy, there are many views on the prosperous husband appearance, according to which a woman who is good at managing the family, etiquette, and virtue is considered a good wife. Therefore, modesty, gentleness, reason, and chastity are the beauty of women that men pursue. Men today have to face too much work pressure, being oppressed by superiors, dissatisfied customers, having to stand out in the competition at work, when being exhausted by social pressure. Men just want to come home to eat hot meals, have the smiles of their family by their side so that they can completely relax. Not quarrels, Cold wars with their wives. For men, physical and mental fatigue from having to work hard outside is not the most tiring thing. But the confusion and lack of care from their wives makes them colder. If you have followed this far, please leave a comment. I want happiness. That you will give us more motivation to make more meaningful videos. If you have not clicked like, please give the video one like. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to support. We will give you a heart. Thank you very much. 4. Men fear of losing face. Face is a concept related to a person's honor and reputation in social relationships. Everyone is afraid of losing face, especially men. In fact, if you ask a man what face is, I'm afraid it will be difficult to get a definite answer. Seeing everyone around driving luxury cars, while you are crowded on the bus or subway, you feel embarrassed. When friends gather, others bring their beautiful young girlfriends, while you bring your wife, you feel embarrassed. People of the same age are getting promoted and getting raises, while you work very hard, but you are still a small employee in a small company, so you feel embarrassed. There is a guy named Alex, who lives in a big city and works in a small company. Alex is a very hard-working person, but it seems that luck always turns away from him. One day, he attended a reunion party with his old classmates. When he arrived, Alex was surprised to see that his friends had luxury cars. Some drove Mercedes, some BMW. Meanwhile, he only had an old bicycle with a newly patched tire. Alex hesitantly walked inside, full of anxiety. Everyone at the party was dressed up and talking about their new successes. One friend boasted that he had just bought a big apartment in the city center, while Alex was still in his cramped rented room. When someone asked, "Alex, where is your girlfriend?" Alex immediately felt like his body was on fire. He only had time to say, "Oh, she's busy cooking." But the story didn't stop there. When the party was a bit drunk, a friend suddenly challenged Alex, "Hey, if any of us don't have a girlfriend here, we have to sing a song." The whole group of friends cheered in unison, and Alex could only stand still, his face red as a beetroot. He didn't want to lose, so he stood up, cleared his throat, and started singing. But instead of a sentimental song, he unexpectedly chose "Baby Shark," which made everyone laugh. Finally, when the party ended, Alex felt more at ease. He realized that despite all the things that went wrong, his friends still loved him for who he was, not for his looks or wealth. When he got home, he happily told his wife about the party, and she just smiled. "Don't worry, I'm still your #1 fan." From then on, Alex learned that face is just a small part of life, and what's more important are the sincere relationships he has built. Instead of being afraid of losing face, he decided to be true to himself and not be afraid to laugh at the funny situations in life. Life became easier, and every time he was asked about his girlfriend, he just smiled and replied, "She's in my heart." We can see that keeping face is not a bad thing. It can stimulate people's hidden potential and make themselves better. However, if you care too much about face, it is likely a manifestation of low self-esteem. You need to adjust your mental state in time to improve and regain your confidence. When we understand more about the fears that men never want to mention, we can see that even though they appear strong on the outside, there are still complex and sensitive emotions inside. Hiding these worries is not always a sign of weakness, but often due to social pressure and the desire to maintain a strong image. Recognizing and understanding these fears helps us not only sympathize but also support them better, creating a closer and more connected relationship. Sincerity, listening and empathy will be the key to help them feel more secure in sharing and moving into the world of love, or even when not ready for a relationship. Understanding men will help women have a more accurate and deeper view of their potential partners. Men have different thoughts, actions, and psychology, sometimes surprising and confusing. Understanding these factors not only helps women become more confident but also make wise decisions in their journey to find love. So what are they? Let's explore right away. 1. That is, men are romantic in their own way. Not all men are romantic, but most of them are. They are also interested in the experiences of love like women, as well as preserving the excitement and passion in love. Men's romantic gestures may not be the same as women's, but that does not make them any less profound. Men mostly show their romance through thoughtfulness. He may not bring you flowers but reserve a table for two at a new restaurant you shared that you wanted to try. Or on the way to work, he stops by to bring you a coffee filter because you said you forgot to buy it. 2. Single men may like to get to know you, find you attractive but may not want to date you. Sometimes you meet a manly, attractive guy who wants to flirt with you. However, after a while of getting to know you, or even after a few fun times, he leaves without coming back, not even texting or answering your phone calls. At that time, there will be countless why questions appearing in your mind. He may have a reason, like he already has a girlfriend and comes to you just to change the atmosphere. Or he is really a chew guy, or he even realizes that you are not suitable for him. So, the advice for single ladies here is to accept the fact that he may come but not love you. Stay calm, forget him, and continue to enjoy life until you meet true love. When a single man shows interest in getting to know you but has no intention of dating long-term, this can cause a lot of confusion and disappointment for women. It is important to realize that just because a man shows interest in you does not mean he wants to build a serious relationship. Sometimes, attractive, masculine guys are often attracted to your physical beauty or your initial fun. But after a while, they may feel that the relationship does not match their expectations. Maybe they are just looking for temporary joy, or simply they are not ready for a long-term commitment. There are even men who are in love but still look for new feelings, coming and going quickly without leaving a trace. In this situation, women should understand that it is not their fault when a man decides to leave. Instead of blaming yourself, accept the fact that there are people who come into your life just like a passing wind. What you need to do is stay sober. Forget about him and do not let negative emotions control you. Finally, cherish yourself and continue to enjoy life. When you stay confident and strong, true love will come at the right time, and it will be a man who is willing to accompany you on the long road. Not someone who just appears briefly and then disappears. 3. He longs to sleep with you does not necessarily mean he wants to go with you to the end of the road. Women should understand that men will not do that with girls who consider sex as an affirmation of a serious relationship. Girls should not be disappointed or resentful when a guy runs away after showing his way back. Therefore, you should learn carefully about your partner and absolutely do not rush to accept going beyond the limit when your feelings are not mature enough. Lily is a beautiful and charming girl, always attracting the attention of the guys around her. One day, she met Tom, a polite and charming guy. With his confidence and sunny smile, Tom quickly made Lily feel special through his sweet words and meticulous care. They dated many times, and the relationship between the two gradually became closer. Every time they met, Tom constantly showed his desire with hot eyes, which Lily clearly noticed. However, Lily still had some doubts in her heart. Although Tom seemed to be infatuated with her, he never seemed to mention the future or long-term plans. Lily began to wonder if this was true love or just a temporary infatuation. One evening, after dinner together, Tom expressed his desire to go to Lily's house. looking at his impatient eyes. Lily understood that Tom was expecting something more than just dinner. In that moment, she remembered her best friend Sarah's advice: don't rush. Wait for everything to ripen before taking important steps. Lily decided to politely refuse Tom, saying that she was not ready and wanted their relationship to develop deeply spiritually before going further. Tom seemed unhappy, but still tried to keep his cool. In the following days, Lily saw Tom gradually becoming distant, texting less and not being as proactive as before. Finally, one day, Tom evaporated like a cold pizza. Lily was not too surprised, but still a little sad. She understood that Tom was only looking for satisfaction, and that true love and commitment were not in his plans. However, instead of blaming herself, Lily felt that she was wise to have realized it early and not let things go too far. Lily's story is a gentle reminder for women. Sometimes, infatuation is just a passing wind. It is necessary to understand carefully before pushing the relationship to the next level and maintain your own values so as not to fall into hasty decisions. And of course, not everyone who comes will stay. But the one who truly loves you will not give up so easily. Lily has learned that there may be people who come and go. But the most important thing is to know how to protect yourself and never trade your values for a relationship that is not worth it. She even laughed about her experience, deciding to write a book called Lessons from the Boys Who Disappeared. Who knows, maybe one day, the book will become a bestseller. 4. Men communicate more through actions than words. Life experience has shown you that men are often not as good at using words as women. But that does not stop you from expecting or hoping that they are more skillful in speaking. Most men will not easily express their true feelings through words, especially when they first meet you, but their actions are capable of expressing a lot. In fact, preferring actions over words can mean two things: caring about you or vice versa. Therefore, do not turn a blind eye to a man's actions towards you because that is the most practical way he communicates. 5. Men are also afraid of rejection. When it comes to dating, women often think that the possibility of rejection is something men often encounter and are not afraid of. However, you are wrong. Some guys even claim that they are very afraid of it. Many people often think that men are always confident and strong when it comes to flirting or dating. But in reality, this is not always the case. Men also have a fear of rejection. And sometimes this is deeper than women. Having to face the possibility of rejection can hurt their self-esteem and reduce their confidence. There are guys who appear masculine and attractive on the outside, but on the inside, they are very worried about being rejected by the woman they care about. This fear is not simply about losing a chance in love, but also about being judged or feeling inadequate. Therefore, some men will hesitate, or even avoid taking the initiative to confess their love if they feel uncertain about the outcome. It is important to understand that men are also afraid of rejection, because it helps us see that shyness and anxiety about love are not just women's privileges. Women should be aware of this so that they can behave more delicately, creating a more comfortable and approachable environment in relationships, instead of always expecting men to be proactive and fearless. We realize that understanding the male psychology better not only helps you easily build good relationships, but also helps you avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. Men, no matter how simple or strong they seem, still have hidden corners in their thoughts and emotions that not everyone can easily recognize. When you grasp these things, you will know how to behave more skillfully and delicately in relationships. And also equip yourself with a stable and clear mentality. This will not only help you be more confident in your single life but also open up great opportunities for future relationships. If you find the video useful, please share it with more people, as well as subscribe to the channel. Like, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you in the next video.